Yeah, damn. Oh no 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 wait 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 no 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 wait 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 no 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 wait 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 no 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 it can't be no fuck breakfast sandwiches? No, we ain't got no fucking breakfast sandwiches up in this bitch today. You know, I thought maybe we'd have a nice little Saturday stream. You know, nice little Saturday stream. Try some nice breakfast, some eggs, some yummy this, some yummy that. See how it's feeling. But no, you know what we're gonna have to eat today? We're gonna have to eat shit. We're gonna have to eat shit. I lost my fucking appetite. Valiant Renegade, appreciate the 20, brother. Says, saw your post on X, had to come listen. What a mess. But I guess the Ray movie is coming after all. Does that mean Charmine is out? Either way, I'm here for it. Shame as it is. Hope you're well, buddy. Thanks, bud. I mean, yeah. No, we're doing good. You know, we're doing good. I just, I don't know how to break it to theory that we're going to have another goodbye show tomorrow or Monday or whatever, you know? This is crazy. Like, we're back. We're not back, you know? So I wonder how everybody's going to respond to that. He's probably going to be a little upset with me, but maybe he'll understand. Star Wars! Star Wars! Here we go. Here we go, Star Wars. Andrea says, can't bother to be upset by Star Wars because I touched Dua Lipa last night. God damn, dog. Well, we didn't touch Dua Lipa. Hey, chat, put your hand in the air. Raise your hand if you touched Dua Lipa last night. Oh, wait. No, I fucking didn't. Thanks a lot, bud. Thanks a lot. Making me feel real good about my life choices. Yeah, this guy got to touch Dua Lipa. We got our privates touched by the imposter Skywalker. You know what I'm saying? Fuck! I'm so butthurt, chat. I'm so butthurt, guys. I'm so butthurt. In all seriousness, let me just fucking bitch and moan about this, okay? I don't even know where this is going. I don't know where this segment is going. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to come out of my fucking mouth, okay? But I'll just tell you like this. So I was told, you know, I think I told you guys yesterday on stream that I was contacted by the super good source. The best one, man. Super source in the building. Fucking legit. You know? And they were telling me some really cool stuff. And there is cool stuff out there. There's really cool stuff out there about Ahsoka. And, you know, I saw, so for whatever reason, I don't know what was going on. I must have just been so brain dead on Thursday or whatever. But I didn't catch that Rocha and Snyder had talked a bit about the Star Wars thing and a couple other things. Normally, we go over that on Friday. Normally, on a Friday show, we go over Roka's and John's stuff. They, you know, that's when their show comes out. They usually have something juicy. And so we discussed it on Friday. For whatever reason, we didn't yesterday. But then I saw it later, right? So after I got off stream, I saw it, and it was like Amy Adams' character is a Jedi. Her son is Force sensitive. The Ryan Gosling character is not Force sensitive, but he's sent on a mission by Amy Adams' character. Okay, so I see that from Roka, and I was like, I don't love it. You know, it tracks with some other stuff Daniel RPK had been saying about the plot of this film. It did track with it, and I was like, okay, yeah, that all kind of makes sense. Man, you know, not Cade Skywalker, nothing really crazy. I really wanted Gosling to be Force sensitive, but whatever, you know, it's fine. And I had this feeling as I heard Roka's thing, I was like, okay, that, you know, okay, no Rey in there, thank God. And that's kind of been a thing for me, guys. It's like, when's Rey gonna pop her fucking head up, you know? Because there'd been reports for a long, long time that Rey was gonna be in this movie, that Rey was the focus of everything for Lucasfilm. You know, there's the Charmin Obed Chinoy film. There's the Simon Kinberg trilogy, which is apparently going to focus on Rey. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about Rey and just fucking bitch and moan about this because I think it's just so stupid. The stupid-ass circle jerk we're all about to go on for the next 5 years is going to be so fucking stupid. But to keep it on the thing with the Levy movie for just a bit here, I had thought for sure, I was like, she's going to pop up, man. That 5 head is popping up somewhere, you know? And I was just waiting for that shoe to drop or whatever, right? So anyway, I'm, you know, get the thing with Roka yesterday. I look at my messages and I see more messages from the homie, okay? The really good source, the super source, the omega source, the be-all, end-all source, okay? Really fucking good source. And the source had given me a bunch of messages, and I was like, oh, shit, what's going on here? And I look into it, and... oh, man. You know what I saw? You know what I saw in these messages? I saw basically everything that Roka reported, but more. The Rey stuff, which we'll get into in a minute. And I was like, oh, fuck. And then the person was like, I actually saw that this is out there now, so you can talk about this now. I was not... When the person sent me these messages, I wasn't actually supposed to talk about it, so I'm actually kind of glad that Roka talked about it. Because now I can talk about the whole thing. Okay, so just to be clear, it's Saturday fucking morning, okay? And the coffee's not all flowing. Maybe I'm not being really fucking clear. Listen, Linda. So according to John Roka, the scoop is this. Amy Adams is a Jedi. Her son is Force sensitive. Ryan Gosling is not Force sensitive. He is hired by Amy Adams' character to protect the son. Okay? Now, let me add to that. Let me help you out. Let me add it. Let me give you all the fucking context, and then I'm going to fucking bitch and moan. I can't fucking believe it. We're here on a Saturday. I'm going to let it all hang out. Oh, my God. I'm about to spew toxicity like you've never fucking seen in your fucking life. I can't fucking believe this is what we're doing. I can't believe it. Okay. Amy Adams' character is a Jedi survivor of Luke's temple. Which Luke? That Luke. She hires Gosling to take the kid to Rey. She hires Ryan Gosling's character to take the kid to Rey because everybody knows Everybody knows that if you're a Jedi not safe in the galaxy, which, like, why aren't you safe in the galaxy? The fuck did Rey do anyway? She's all the Jedi. She's all the Jedi. This Mary Sue bitch fucking killed Palpatine. So how is it even? What the fuck? What the fuck? What? So anyway, everybody knows, chat, that when your young Jedi offspring is in trouble, you gotta hire a semi-washed A-list actor to play an absolute fucking nobody to take your son to the most valuable asset of the franchise. Okay? So what I'm talking to you about, what I'm saying to you right now, is Goss, Starfighter, is hired to protect and take the child, which, like, stop me if you've heard this one before, right? He's Groguing this new kid to Rey. He's taking the kid to Rey. Because of course he is. And of course everybody knows that when your Jedi offspring is in trouble, you, Jedi that studied under Master Luke Skywalker, are not good enough. Clearly, you need the help of semi-washed A-list actor Ryan Gosling to take your offspring to Rey Skywalker. Okay. So, anyway, this is stupid as fuck. But beyond being stupid as fuck, this really, and I think the reason it hurts me so much, the reason that I'm so mad about it is it, like, takes what was potentially cool, takes something that I was kind of interested in, takes something that I tried to defend. This is what really fucking pisses me off, okay? This is what really pisses me off. Okay, maybe Goss isn't washed. Okay, maybe I'm just a little fucking upset. Sorry, Ryan. Sorry, Ryan, on your sock puppet account in here, pointing out ever so subtly that you're not actually a washed fucking actor. Okay, holy shit. You are kind of washed, though. Anyway, point is, the reason this really fucking irks me, man, the reason this really gets to me is, like, I defended Sean. I said, and I gotta stop doing this. I gotta fucking stop doing this because I'm fucking sick of these people. Okay, so I said literally publicly, and I said to other people and whatnot, that I was like, dude, Sean had every door in the world open to him. Sean had this vision. He had this idea for Star Wars. He had this story. His thing was eating him up inside. He had to let it out. He had to do it. Well, I'm sorry, dude. It doesn't fucking matter when your pitch gets brought in front of Kathleen Kennedy, the wicked fucking witch of Lucasfilm, and she says, well, that sounds like a really interesting story that you've been passionate about, Sean. What if we connected that to, like, my shit? What? Yeah, my shit. Luke Skywalker's Jedi Temple. Rey is the Obi-Wan. Because you can't tell me. Here's the thing. Here's what I'm trying to say. I'll say it in a different way. You can't tell me that this guy, with all due respect to Sean, you cannot tell me that this guy that was affected by this fucking franchise back in the day, that Empire changed his life, and this, that, second, and the third, that has had this vision for a Star Wars movie for his whole fucking career. I'm sorry, brother. You cannot turn around and tell me that after 25 years of being in the fandom, you're going to turn around and do your fucking dream project, and it's an all roads leads to Rey, goobly gluck, fucking half-baked fix of the sequel trilogy. Get the fuck out of my face. That is stupid. That is fucking corporate bullshit. That is gaslighting. That is some corporation trying to just say, you know what? Well, this asset is fucking valuable, so we're going to fucking prove it's valuable. We're going to get the fucking Deadpool Wolverine guy, and he's going to make a movie where it all leads to fucking Rey. So everybody that liked Deadpool is going to like fucking Rey. That's not how that shit works, man. That's not how that shit works. And so you have fucking ripped from my fucking chest the last little bit of hope that I could float towards this fucking dead-ass franchise that maybe some motherfucker with a vision that actually had artistic integrity would take these characters, take the spirit, take the motifs, the fucking values that Star Wars had, and actually cook in the 21st century. But no, that's not what we can get because there's a fucking gatekeeper. There's a fucking gatekeeper, and it's this bitch, dude. It's this fucking... We're cooked. Okay? We're fucking cooked. And the thing is, it's not just that she's here fucking it up because she is and has been, but she will be. That's the part that's so fucked up. This bitch is out here in the trades on the day that, I mean, it's just so fucking silly. She's out here saying, I'll fucking die making movies. I'm never leaving this, that, second, that, third. I'm going to hover over Dave Filoni's shoulder and I'm going to make him put Rey into every goddamn project for the next 5 to 6 years because you were mean to me on the internet, Star Wars fans. So now I'm going to piss all over your precious Skywalker franchise. Oh my God! It's so fucking stupid, man. I'm sorry. Like, I really do feel that way. It's authentic. I know it's a little fucking brash. I know it's probably toxic as fuck, but that's how I feel about it. Fuck you, Sean. I can't believe you would take the cachet from this fucking project and put it into this and put it into this, and you're just gonna fucking play ball. Like, do people not understand how egregious the treatment of Star Wars has been in the last 5 to 6 years? Like, are we just like floaty, pretend, fucking happy-go-lucky Mickey Mouse bullshit? Nobody sees what it is? You're gonna come in here, you're gonna fucking ruin your rep, dog. You're gonna fucking ruin your rep. You already ruined that shit with me. This is, it's so fucking irritating. It's so fucking irritating. We are trapped in some kind of fucked up time loop. I think it's a big mistake is what I'm coming. Basically, where I'm landing on this chat is that I think it's a big fucking mistake. I think it's a big fucking mistake to make this kind of a play to try to reinvigorate the brand. And it's basically just a fucking on-ramp to all of your stupid-ass bullshit plans with the Rey character. This is rehabilitation. This is PR. This is, I'll tell you what this is not. This is not some story Sean Levy's been sitting on for 25 fucking years. The beating heart of what he needs to get out there as a storyteller. You cannot convince me in a million fucking years that some story that's going to connect to the bullshit sequel trilogy and take some character and connect it to a bullshit character in Rey. You cannot tell me that's your heart's mission. You cannot tell me that story has been the thing you've been fucking passionate about for 20, 25 years. Get the fuck out of here. No way. Oh my God, it's so bad, dude. It's so bad. And then it's like, okay, so what are we supposed to do for the next year? And for the next year plus, we're all just supposed to act like everything Lucasfilm serves up in front of our faces isn't just a little fucking gotcha to Rey. They've got the fucking Rey thing, and they're going to throw it in your face at the end of this movie. The whole fucking movie is designed to lead to Rey. So for the year, whatever, plus, and all the shit that comes out, all the leaks and the rumors, you just want us to just take what you're given and pretend that it could be good and cool and not exactly what you're serving up, man? Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. I truly don't know, like, what's in the water over there, man? Like, it feels like it's beyond blinders. It feels like there's no, you don't feel pain or shame or guilt or anything. It's like, what is happening over there, man? It's all just that weird ass Hollywood smile. Smile right through it as the fucking walls are burning beside you. It doesn't make any sense. It feels so weirdly out of touch. I can't get excited for this fucking movie, dude. I can't get excited for this shit. It doesn't matter how fucking cool you make the visual effects look, how tight and dope the star fighting, this, that, second, and the third is, because Star Wars was always more than that. Sure, it had spectacle. Sure, it had these deep ideas of morality. Absolutely. But it was never just the spectacle. It was never just these ideas. It's this beautiful blending. It's this awesome modern fairy tale thing, and you fucked it up. You fucked it up. I can't look past what I know about the film, what I know you're actually doing. The calculations, that's ultimately what it is it feels inorganic. It cannot organically be the case that Sean Levy pitched a fucking Rey rehabilitation movie. At the very least, he had a different vision that Kathy convinced him could be bent into her plan to rehabilitate this character. And that's a compromise too far for me. I'm sorry. That's where I stand. That is a compromise too far for me. I cannot get down with that shit, man. You know what I mean? Because the fucking problems, the downwind problems of everything that Kathy fucked up started, they're at the core, like the fucking, like the whole crux of all of the issues began by telling Michael Arndt to go fuck himself when he said he needed years to plan out a proper story for this. She chose product. She chose corporate interest. She chose Tuesday rather than good. And every single thing that has happened to this brand is an extension, an expression. It falls out from that basic choice. And it's like so fucked up that we're like 10 years later and we're doing the same shit. It's like 10 years later and we're doing the same shit. Like, I'm sorry. Okay, that is what it is for the movie, okay? That's what it is for the movie. Now, let me just complain about fucking Rey and the whole plan for Star Wars, because the problem is this is so much more than just this movie, but that is what it is on the movie. So let's stop for a second here. What do you guys have to say about this for the film itself, for the movie itself? What do you think of this? Here, we'll stop for a second before I fucking go into a whole nother thing about Rey. Lou says, KK would rather burn Star Wars to the ground than give up Rey as her legacy. She hates OG fans. It's all about her agenda. No hope for Star Wars with KK there. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying to you. That's like exactly what I'm trying to say. Is like, I think this is a choice that puts her personal agenda and legacy ahead of what is good for the brand, what is good for the fan base, what is good for everybody. And that is just definitionally bad leadership. It is vindictive, emotional leadership. It's just terrible, right? That's what I think. Dar Boyd says, does Heir to the Empire give you any hope? So the ironic thing about this, right? And look, this is a good question from Dar Boyd here. Says, does Heir to the Empire give you any hope, right? And we're in the midst of like, I'm so fucking mad about this Rey thing. I'm so fucking mad about it, right? But the irony is that I also received word of absolutely incredible shit happening on the set of Ahsoka Season 2. And they're filming a big fight. And we talked about this on stream. And Ahsoka Season 2 seems cool. But guys, like, if you just look at what's happening, like if you're just asking me, you're asking about the Heir to the Empire, that is a Dave Filoni movie that we don't even know will actually happen, right? Star Wars itself is bigger than just like what Dave is doing, particularly because it is so clearly not just Dave's show. So you've got all kinds of stuff. I mean, you've got like Andor, and it's, Andor represents the company trying something new. Right. And like it or love it or hate it, however you feel about it. The bottom line is like, that's not Filoni. That's not Dave being like, here's my plan for Star Wars and here's an extension. That's Kathy being like, we need to constantly reinvestigate what Star Wars is and try to change it for modern audiences. You can feel how you feel about that. The bottom line is that just shows you that at its core, the philosophy from Lucasfilm is not that we know what this is and we're going to kind of sell it, but rather we're going to try to reinvent itself and get other audiences engaged, right? And I think you look at, you've got sequel trilogy stuff, you've got Mandoverse stuff, right? You've got Andor stuff. It's kind of like those are maybe what you could think of as like the pillars of how all of the content is done. But it would be very hard to look past what is being done for the big movies. Okay, so you got movies coming out, you got Mando and Grogu. The thing is, man, people feel like that shit is small and like it should have been a TV show. The fucking vibes on that is not very strong, right? And then the next movie you have, we've heard all about the Rey movie, right? Rey, Daisy Ridley's come out on stage multiple times. It's been delayed. Charmin is apparently still doing it. We know about the Rey movie. The two other movies we know are the Mangold movie and Heir to the Empire, right? Which would be Dave's film. We don't even know if that's actually the direction that Star Wars is really going to take, because there's this Simon Kinberg trilogy, which is apparently connected to Rey. It seems like if you look at the Levy movie into Rey movie into the Simon Kinberg stuff, I mean, it just really seems like they're like, yo, we're going to build Rey up. You know, like we're going to build Rey up. So what you're telling me basically is like in the Marvel equivalency, right? You'd be like, hey, don't worry about Avengers Doomsday actually being about Rey. Don't worry that the movies and the main story of like Star Wars and the big star we just got is all going to head towards Rey, because Daredevil season 2 is going to be really cool and you're excited about that, right? And then maybe that movie they're going to make in the future would be more like that, right? So like, I personally cannot get very excited about this other stuff when I know that the core of the front-facing strategy here is like Rey-centric. It is all about doubling down on the sequel trilogy, and it's just like I think it's a losing strategy. Like, I think one of the reasons I'm flailing so hard here and I'm like freaking out so much about this is because I want other people to know about it, and I want people to vocalize their disliking of it, because I think this is a disastrous route for Star Wars to go. I think Star Wars, like, here's the thing, right? We're talking about, is Star Wars cooked? Is Star Wars dead? That conversation's ongoing. Star Wars is certainly in a bad place. Let me tell you something, guys. Okay, this might seem crazy, but I think this is true, and I want to know what you guys think. I think it could get worse. Okay? I think it could get worse. Do you agree that it could get worse? Maybe you don't. Maybe you think this is the bottom. Maybe this is as bad as it can get. I'm telling you right now, I think it could get worse. I think it could get worse. Yep. And the danger is that as you look at what they're doing, right? Just like deadass, just look at what they're doing. The next one is Mando Grogu TV show that fell off in its third season is now doing a movie. Next movie up, Deadpool Wolverine Marvel guy comes over with A-list celebrity to do a movie that leads to Rey. Then you've got Charmin Obed-Chinoy's Rey movie. Then you've got a Simon Kinberg trilogy of Rey films. Now, sprinkled through in there, you do have Mangold's movie, and then you do have Filoni's movie, which is Heir to the Empire. Yeah, it's when that is what they're actually doing and planning, it's really fucking hard to look at that and get optimistic about the things you actually like about Star Wars. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is crazy, dude. This is crazy. The best hope we have is that she actually leaves and we get a hard pivot away from this, because this is crazy. And then the other thing that it makes me think of is I know this is really conspiracy theory, you know, get the fucking tinfoil hat out for this one. But I'm starting to believe that Kathy sabotaged Filoni and Favreau by forcing Mando and Grogu as a film. I know that sounds crazy, dude. I know that sounds fucking crazy. That's very conspiratorial. But I think the end result of that movie might just be that. I think the end result of Mando Grogu is that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni actually have their power diminished. That there's some evidence, and like the shareholders and the different people over there start to feel that the Mandoverse has run its course. And it could be the case that what she's trying to do is set up the idea that Rey and the sequel trilogy is the obvious move forward with all the content. You know? So yeah. I don't know. That's pretty conspiratorial, right? It's probably just the case that they fucked it up, right? I mean, never attribute to malice what you could attribute to incompetence, right? And there's plenty of that to go around over there. But man, it just really upsets me. And then to the question of Heir to the Empire and stuff, I mean, I think what you're really asking me, what a lot of Star Wars fans are asking is there hope at all? Like, what do we do? You know, and how do we move forward? I mean, this makes me deadass feel like I don't want to watch this movie. Now, let's be real. I'm having an emotional reaction the day of, right? It makes me not want to watch the movie. I'll probably still watch the movie. Okay, I'll probably calm down. I'll probably watch the film. And look, they're doing it either way, and all roads lead to Rey. And it's like, fuck, man, that is what it is. So I guess we're just gonna have to see what it is and see if we like it or we hate it or whatever. Where I'm at right now, though, is like, oh my fucking God, do not do this. Oh my God, don't do this. And it feels like a death sentence, man. You know, like I knew Rey was going to be a part of this film. It had been floated for a long time that Rey was going to be a part of this film. And it just makes sense, right? Like they bring Daisy Ridley out on stage. The Charmin thing can't get going. So they're like, okay, well, we need to get her in something because this is the most valuable asset that we have, by the way. Yeah, it's just tough. Peter Parker says with a 10 spot, I still think it's hilarious that when the report came out that KK was stepping down, the internet came together to celebrate. It got out of hand that the trades had to come out and defend her. Yeah, no, but that's the thing is like she's using that power. She's this really wicked force, man. You know, she's just really this wicked force. And you know what? It's ironic because it could be like Demon Slayer. Like I bet if we got to the end of the fight with the Kathleen Kennedy demon, there would be a moment where, like, you know, Steven Spielberg spilled hot coffee on her when she was a young intern or some shit. Like, there's probably some core memory thing, some explanation for how everything got so fucked up and twisted. And maybe at the end of that Demon Slayer chapter, we'd be like, you know what? I have empathy for Kathleen Kennedy. But where it stands right now, no. It's around these parts. Watch Star Wars become a part of the Marvel multi-universe crap as desperate attempt to rewrite. I mean, at this point, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, maybe. What's the best case scenario for this, right? You think about it, right? Let's say you're in my camp and you fucking hate this idea. You fucking hate the doubling down of Rey, and you think this is just like some weird, desperate corporate thing to try to like keep these characters valuable. If you're in my camp, what's the best case scenario? I think the best case scenario is that Sean Levy's movie flops. You know what I mean? Like, the best case scenario is that the Sean Levy Starfighter movie flops hardcore. And it sucks that you've put us in that position. You know what I mean? Like, it kind of sucks that, like, you've basically made it so that's what it is. And you're going to draw the line in the sand, Kathy, and it's like, you either are down or you're not. And if you really are not down, if you really hate this shit, if you really don't want this to continue to be the thing, then you have to like actually hope that that movie flops. You have to send a financial message that the fandom at large is going to reject a Rey movie or anything that tries to connect to Rey and potentially build up her legacy and shit like that. And God, that sounds so toxic and so crazy. And maybe that would prevent people from doing it if you hadn't have beaten them up so much for 5 to 6 years that it's basically become shorthand for like, I just don't like you. So I don't know that it's going to matter anymore. I think you might see, like, chat, am I crazy? Okay, am I just on one right now? Or do you think this could end up being one of the most toxic experiences Star Wars has gone through? Like, am I crazy or is this going to be a year plus of fuck you leading up to the movie and then it's a big old fuck you? I'm shook, man. I'm fucking shook, dude. I mean, a lot of people are agreeing. Maybe we're all just mad, man. Maybe we're all just mad. Maybe it's not going to be like that. But I just can't help but think that this is what it'll be now. That this is what they created, man. Like, I'm so past, like, giving the consideration even of, like, oh, some people actually might like Rey. Oh, yeah, sorry, but you're going to have to hear me talk about how much I fucking can't stand that character. You're going to have to hear me talk about how it is so ridiculous for this corporation to just think, we're just going to act like nothing happened. We're just going to act like Everybody that doesn't like this character has wrong think. There's nothing we could have done better. We bear no responsibility for the state that this story is in. No, it's actually you're all wrong think and bad. And here's more Ray. Bro. So the question is like, is there hope? I don't know, man. I got to tell you, I don't know. I was feeling a lot better about this movie like 12 hours ago. 14 hours ago or whatever. This is fucking crazy to me, dude. Overbound, thanks for the 10, man. Says, I hope everything sequel trilogy flops. As content creators, I don't like KK, JJ, or the universe lore. They are in the way of Dave, creator I like. I hope it flops and always have. Yeah, dude, and it's like... Wow. I'm really fucked up about this, guys. I'm really fucked up about this. Look, it's good that we're getting this out here now. I wanted to capture some of the raw emotion anyway, but also it's good to get this out because by the time we get to Nerd Theory on Monday, maybe I'll be a little bit more calm and I can be a little bit more reasonable. But like, dude, holy shit. Like, this is so bad. This is so bad. And I can't be quiet about it. Like, I can't be like, oh, maybe it'll... No. No. Oh, my fucking God, bro. No. All right. Okay. Hang on. Okay. One last little thing I want to say about this. And then there's actually some Marvel stuff that we can get into, too. Just a little bit of Marvel news. But... I can't get over this whole obsession with Rey, man. And I just want to like double, triple down on this and really get people to realize what's going on, okay? So again, this is not a story-driven thing, okay? There's nobody in the fucking world, maybe I shouldn't say nobody in the world because maybe there's a couple of people, right? But there's nobody that grew up on Star Wars, that had their life affected by Star Wars, that's like my age or, older or a little bit younger. There's nobody that loves Star Wars, is super passionate about Star Wars, that has this burning desire to do a Rey movie or to make content about Rey, right? That's just not a thing, guys, okay? I'm sorry, but that is the elephant in the room. That is the whole fucking conversation. That's the whole thing that we're talking about here. It's a bad character. You fucked up the sequel trilogy. It's a bad character. I'll just say it again. You fucked up the sequel trilogy. It's a bad character. Now, I'm all about rehabilitation. I think you could rehabilitate the character, but that doesn't feel like that's what you're doing. It doesn't feel like that's what's happening, right? So let's talk about Lucasfilm and their plan for Rey beyond this movie and what they've been doing, because Sean and this film, yes, it came together over the last year or so, but there have been many pitches, many different things that have been going on. So the main thing is we know that the Rey film and Rey as a character has been something that Lucasfilm has been obsessed with going back to. In the original version of the Damon Lindelof movie, which was the version of the Rey movie before Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy, they were actually going to age Rey up. They were going to have Rey in her 60s or 70s, played by a completely different actress, and they were just going to move past that era, but they were still going to use Rey. Now, we don't know exactly what happened there. We don't know the exact beef between, Lindelof and his writing partner and Kathy and all of that. But what we do know is that basically within a 2-week period of handing that script in, Kathy went on stage and literally brings Daisy Ridley out on stage. Now, let me just... there's a reason I get into such detail. There's a reason I get so hyper fixated on certain things, and I want to try to explain why. What this indicates is that Lindelof was likely told to make a movie about Rey. Now, we don't know that 100%, right? But doesn't that make sense, guys? Doesn't that make sense that, Lindelof wants to do a Star Wars, or maybe Kathy approaches him on a Star Wars? There's this whole idea right here. Again, because there's no fucking way in hell that a person like Damon Lindelof, do you understand what I'm saying here? There's basically a 0% chance that Lindelof was sitting around with the perfect Rey movie idea. 0%. Okay. So instead, what happened was Kathy said, hey, Mr. Damon Lindelof, please make us a movie about Rey. Now, Lindelof's movie, who knows whether or not Kathy was super down with Rey being older or not. But because I know the type of writer that Lindelof is, and I just know how his mind works, I'm going to just say that I think he probably took the idea into the natural place that he would want to see the story, and he wants to go way into the future. And he's not really interested in Daisy Ridley, but sure, maybe there could be something interesting in the character of Rey, especially if you go 30, 40 years into the future. Okay, and you can look at some of his other stuff. Like, I think even Watchmen is a good example of this, where a lot of the juice of his Watchmen show is in conceiving of what would happen in the future with those characters, far into the future, right? Anyway, the point is this. Lucasfilm wants some Rey shit. Lindelof's writing this thing. Now, for Daisy Ridley to be brought out on stage within 2 weeks of that script being turned in, what that indicates is that there had been meetings going on and that Kathy was thinking about bringing Daisy back basically the entire time. Now, I don't know this for sure, but it is possible that Kathy told Damon, make me a Rey movie, and then she went to Daisy and said, I have Damon Lindelof on a Rey movie. This is going to be so incredible. And then it's possible that Kathy sits down and looks at the script and is like, oh my fucking God, this dude wants to do a 70-year-old Rey that's not even Daisy Ridley. Well, guess what? I'm sorry, you're fired, and I'm bringing Daisy out on stage, and now we're going to hire Steve Knight, and Steve Knight isn't even the writer anymore. So why did I just go through that last 5 minutes to explain all of that bullshit to you? The main reason is because this is basically the same goobly glock that fucking Lucasfilm has always done. This is the same reason that they fucked up the sequel trilogy. It's the same reason they're fucking this up right now. It's not about story. It's not about characters. It's not about vision. It's not even about brand, really. It's about Kathy, her assets, her character, and the things she desires. And not to say you can't make corporate art like this, because you can. You absolutely can. But just understand what's happening. Understand that Kathy and the leadership at Lucasfilm, at least part of the leadership there, is just trying to get Rey to be a continuously valuable asset for the company. Doubling down on the character that was created during the sequel trilogy. That's what it's about. And so again, this is why, like, the Levy thing, it breaks my heart to say, but I can't get excited about Sean Levy's vision and this thing he worked on for years and years and years, because it is essentially a rehabilitation movie for the character of Rey. Again, no way Damon Lindelof is sitting around thinking about a Rey movie. No fucking way Sean Levy is sitting around thinking about a Rey movie. That's just not how that shit works. Nobody sits around and thinks about, hey, that terrible ass character from that trilogy that almost killed this franchise I love. Oh, dude, what's the story with that character? Like, do you understand what I'm saying here? Do you understand what I'm fucking saying here, guys? Nobody's doing that shit. So that did not happen. That's not what's happening. What's happening is some fucking suit. It's a pantsuit, you know. It's Kathy. So she is out there trying to court talent and fucking weave this evil web of getting them to basically just do what she wants them to do. They become her hands, and that's why it's fucked up. So let's just go over this then. We had the fucking Simon Kinberg trilogy. Right? That's 3 movies that are all supposed to be with Rey. It would appear, like, this is the way that I'm kind of seeing this, is it seems like Levy's movie is like, oh, here's what the galaxy looks like, and we got to get this kid to Rey. And then it feels like then we got Rey. We're going to do the Charmin Obed Chinoy movie, which explores her and the new Jedi. Okay? Then that movie is likely then to lead into episode 10. Episode 11. Episode 12. That's the plan for Rey, guys. So you have, and I would say 5, I said 5 Rey movies. I would say this all the time. I'd be like, I hope you guys realize you're getting 5 Rey movies. Maybe even 6, actually. Because I've heard there's another one that's going to have Rey in there as well. So 6 Rey movies. It's not a joke. It's not a meme. It's not a worst case scenario. It is the fucking plan. It is what they are doing. they are giving you a new movie that leads to Rey. Then they're giving you a movie that's all about Rey. Then they're giving you a trilogy of movies in which Rey will be a huge, huge part of it. So I ask you, chat, how does 5 Rey movies feel? How does the future of Star Wars feel to you, knowing that that is what they are doing? What if Amy Adams is Mara Jade and the kid is Luke's son? So that's like basically next to impossible now. And actually now, if they did that, I would hate it. Because what that would indicate is Luke actually had a biological son and was knocking boots with Mara on the island when Ben was around. And it never gets fucking mentioned? No way. No way. No way. 0% chance. Like, and by the way, like, hey, maybe that's something they want to do. Worst idea ever. The stupidest fucking idea I've ever heard in my fucking life. No way. Yeah, my last super chat is about Mara. Okay, I mean, I'll look at a couple of these super chats. I'm just telling you guys, like, that is terrible. That would be fucking awful. Sky Knight says, Josh, why don't you like Rey? I think she's cool. Brother, you might think she's cool. I think this is bait, by the way. I think it's just fucking baiting. She's a terrible character from a terrible trilogy. That is widely accepted fact. You might not think it's fact. The burden of proof is on you. The burden of proof is not on me. The burden of proof is on you. This character is ass. Star Wars is dead to me, says Darth Boba. Dude, Star Wars is such a terrible franchise. It's such a terrible franchise. It has good things. At its core, it has awesome shit. And George created something really special. But, like, it is so bad, dude. It's so fucking bad. Real Ben Maynard says, I'm so anxious. They're going to take Amy Adams, Mara Jade. Please don't, Disney. Don't screw her up. Tinfoil hat. I could see how you would think that. Brother, no way they're going to do that. I mean, if they do that, it would be the worst fucking possible thing that they could do. It would make 0% chance. It would make 0. I can't even think. My brain doesn't even fucking work, dude. I'm so fried by this shit. Oh my God. Holy. Yeah. Okay. Valiant says it's a red herring. Gosling will take the kid to really old May and Osha, Acolyte 2, Electric Boogaloo. Is it crazy that I'd prefer that? Is it crazy that I'd prefer that? Is it crazy that I'd rather do fucking Power of Many, lesbian, witch magic, just the tip, lightsaber, color change, popsicle bullshit? I'd rather do all of that. Is it crazy that I'd rather do that? You know, there's this thing that happens, man. I don't know exactly how to explain this, but like, maybe you didn't notice. I really don't like Rey. And it's just, there's something about like when they just keep trying to make Rey happen. It just pisses me off so much. Like, I could actually just not like Rey and that would be fine. But like now we're to the point where I don't just not like Rey. I'm going to act irresponsibly whenever Rey gets brought up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's where I'm at. Grandmaster Choda says, I'm so motherfucking mad, man. Fuck everything about this nauseating handling of this once beloved franchise. Your crash out saved me from, hey, don't be joking about all that, brother. You know what I mean? But I hear you. I appreciate it. Doug Ditch says they'll never get all the way to 6 Rey movies. The commercial performance won't be good enough to keep the shareholders happy. Nerd Ventures for life. Hey, man, I'd love to believe that would be the case, but like, where are the shareholders now? Who are the shareholders right now that are like, you know what? This sounds like an incredible plan. You know? I don't know, man. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy. This is crazy, man. And what a time to come back to nerd theory. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it's so fucking crazy because like, I was actually optimistic on this Gosling movie. Some of the stuff was getting me excited. And then like the Cade Skywalker. Here's the thing about the Cade Skywalker thing, right? Because everybody's going to be like, oh, Cade Skywalker, of course. Of course that was never going to happen. Guys, that's what they took from us. You know, and it's like, I get it, and I understand it's all memes and jokes and shit like that, but like real talk, back in the day, we used to have fun, crazy ass theories. We used to like speculate about this shit, and it was crazy. And the Cade Skywalker thing, for as goofy and as silly as it seemed, it got people's attention. It had people talking. It had people being like, oh, bro, you know? And I guess fuck me for getting excited about that possibility, dude. Holy shit. Like it is really a depressing state of affairs. My God, Star Wars. My God. And like, look, I'm sorry. I'm telling you right now. This hate machine is fully operational, okay? I'm back on Nerd Theory, and real talk, I'm going to fucking flame this movie every chance I get up until it releases. I'm going to make it my personal mission to spread the gospel of how much bullshit is going on in this film to as many people as possible. Every chance I get for the next fucking year, I am going to get super toxic about Rey. Super toxic about this movie. Like, that's what it is. I'm sorry, man. Fuck you. That's what it is. Unbelievable. 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 What did I miss, Josh? Oh, nothing. Everything's fine. 6 Rey movies coming down your throat. Coming right down your throat. Forcefully. Whether you really wanted it or not. Open wide. Locationary says, I really do wonder any of Ahsoka characters tie into the sequels then. Where the fuck is Ezra, Grogu, etc.? I don't know, brother. I don't know what to tell you. This is, yeah, and then somebody says Warhammer's success is the best revenge. But this is what's crazy about that. So, like seriously, like Kathy, everybody over there, like, just understand what's about to happen. Warhammer is about to be a thing. It's going to be very masculine. It's going to be high tea. Okay? I think you're going to see a lot of that kind of entertainment come out in the next couple of years. I think if you look at the way certain things are shifting, I think Marvel's going to probably go, tend in that direction. Please, Marvel, for the love of God, tend in that direction. I think a lot of shows on Amazon, a lot of these other things, like, who knows what the Mass Effect is going to be, or, anything like that. But my point is this. They're going to be trying to make Rey happen while Warhammer's like, dude, you want to smash some Xenos fucking brains in for the fucking Emperor and just be boys? Hey, you want to just be fucking boys for the Emperor? And dudes are going to go crazy for it. People are going to go crazy for it. It's going to be embraced, and people are going to find a home, and it's going to be like, fuck yeah. And then Star Wars is going to be like, but Rey has the name Skywalker. Bro, I'm like, and then like I'm being hyperbolic in a sense, but I'm actually like not that far off of what's going to happen. And then it's like, how are they going to defend themselves then? What the fuck, bro? Like, it's going to be 3 years from now, and they're going to be like, hey guys, remember Rey? And fucking Henry Cavill's going to be like, I wanted men to watch this and feel like they took Guatemalan steroids straight into both of their testicles with their nipples connected to fucking electric shock machines. You know what I'm saying? Like Cavill's gonna make us feel fucking incredible. Like we're gonna want to run through a fucking brick wall. And then Star Wars is gonna be like, hey, this is Rey. Remember when Luke drank the titty milk? Valiant Renegade, hey, appreciate the support today, man. The average shareholder and analyst knows nothing about making movies in general, which is so low on the Disney tent pole of overall revenue and profit, even in 2019, that they just want to know something is coming out. Hey, that's fair. And that sucks, man. That kind of sucks, but I think you're probably true. But again, or you're probably correct. What I would argue, though, is that once this becomes so obtrusive for the cash flow overall or for the value of the stock, right? Because I think Star Wars in some ways has become so goobly glom that you could argue its effect past just the movie performance is actually hurting Disney in multiple ways, right? But yeah, I think that's probably true. Is like they don't really fucking care, bro. They're just like, is something coming out? And you know, it's funny you say that too, because it speaks to something Grace talks about a lot. Grace Randolph says this a lot, where she says, you'd be surprised at how many people that have power in Hollywood don't even watch movies. And they're really like not that big of fans of movies, right? So yeah, what you're saying tracks. MK Matt says, I hate to be the optimist here. We knew Rey was coming, so maybe Levy's is the best guy to turn the character around and set something up for the future. So look, you know what? MK Matt, I'm going to do you a solid here, okay? Because I understand and I actually appreciate the spirit of what you're saying. The problem is the leak says that the plot revolves around getting the child to Rey. So it's hard for me to imagine rehabilitation for that character when she's not a part of the plot. She's like a tool of the plot, right? And I mean, look, I would love to be wrong, and I'll stand corrected if they actually handle this the right way. There is a way that they could rehabilitate Rey. I don't know that this is the way to do it. This could be the intro into it, but again, it just feels like a faulty idea. If you want to rehabilitate Rey, rehabilitate Rey. You know what I mean? Darth Baba says, last good experience I had was Revenge of the Sith re-release, and glad it was the last. I mean, it was very good. Yes, that was incredible. That was incredible to experience in a theater. Yeah. Hopefully, Iger's departure will spur some change. Well, yeah, I mean, I think Iger, Kathy, a lot of these older folks are on the way out, and I think Disney needs new life and everything like that. The problem with Star Wars is just like, is Dave going to just keep this plan, right? Like if real talk, if Starfighter bombs, which at this point I'm literally rooting for it to bomb, how gross is that? How fucked up is that? This is what you created. You took a thing that I was actually really looking forward to, that I wanted to support, and now I'm rooting for it to fail. Why? Because a corporation decided that thing had to connect to one of its valuable assets. It's inorganic. It's not natural. It kills my suspension of disbelief. It's these fucking suits trying to get this creative person to do their bidding. And that has made me want to root against you. It's disgusting. I hate it. I hate that that's where we're at, but that's what it is. Rehabilitate. Good one, Grandmaster Choda. Good one, bro. You're correct, Josh. The problem is that they're hyper-focused on parks and TV streaming revenue. They have already largely unfocused on movie franchises, especially Star Wars and now Marvel. Yeah, that tracks too. I mean, that kind of goes along with some of the reporting we were talking about where, they're looking for new franchises potentially to get young men on board with Disney because they might even not see a really good way forward for both of these other franchises. So yeah, that tracks, man. It's like, I get it. And I think that, I mean, look, that is part of the problem. That's the corporate balance, right? Is sometimes it's hard to get the perspective of what will downwind be a big problem in the business, especially when it starts as like creative decisions for even just a low operating part of, the company or whatever. But, man, what a fucking time, man. I can't fucking believe it, dude. And, God, I just think this is such a stupid, terrible idea. I just want to I just want to strongly push back against this, chat. That's all. Sorry if you like it or whatever, or you think I'm being really toxic or whatever. I'm sorry, man. But I just want to strongly push back against this. Propa says, not including Anakin in the sequel trilogies was such a mistake. He is Star Wars. A Force Ghost scene would have tied it all together. Yeah, Yeah, I agree. Lou says, never forget Star Wars was made for 12-year-old boys. Yep. I mean, that's what George said, you know. That is what George said. Okay. All right, so that's all of the fucking goobly glub and the bullshit with regards to Rey and all of that. Okay. Zahir Galaxy says, wanted to also say how happy I am that Nerd Theory is back. Yeah, me too. I mean, it's a short run, you know what I mean? We'll do our new last episode. Our next last episode will be Monday. I can't do this shit anymore, dude. I can't do this fucking Star Wars shit. So, Nerd Theory was here and now it's gone. But I was glad that it came back too, and there was a small window where I was optimistic about the future of Star Wars, so I was happy to do a show within that window. So, I'm kidding. We'll talk about it on Monday. I'm just kidding. Relax. All right. Should we talk just a little bit about Marvel and then we'll get on out of here, guys? I can't fucking believe this shit. I can't fucking believe it. Josh, you are in charge of Disney. What are the first 3 things you do? Fire Kathleen Kennedy. Cancel Young Avengers. Bring in new visionaries for all the big IP. That's what I do. Lou, exactly. Are we optimistic about Doomsday? I am optimistic about Doomsday, yeah. I am optimistic about Doomsday. I mean, I'll tell you this. Doomsday's not going to secretly lead to Rey. So that I can pretty much damn guarantee. That I can pretty much damn well guarantee. Okay? Yeah. God, I'm in such a bad fucking mood about this, man. Oh, fuck. I bet it was a pretty crazy crash out because I am legitimately in a bad fucking mood about this. Oh, man. When does Dave become complicit in this? Well, it's hard to say because, so like until Kathy is actually gone, it's just really hard. We don't know. Okay. I mean, I could go into that in great detail. There's stuff I've heard. There's things I know. I do think there's a rift there, but I ultimately think Dave does not view Kathy like the same way I do, obviously. I think Dave probably just thinks that his ideas are better for Star Wars. And I think that maybe when he has that power, maybe he's open to like, just, this is the way we're going to do things. Dave, if anything, Dave's ultimate sin right now is like, yeah, he's guilty by association. You know what I mean? Like he's going along with stuff insofar as some of the big decisions, right? I don't know. I mean, we're gonna have to wait and see. It's just really hard because, like, dude, he's absolutely cooking on Ahsoka 2. Ahsoka 2 seems incredible. You know, like it legitimately seems it's like what I want Star Wars to be doing. I want less of this kind of bullshit with the Rey shit and more crazy, like, oh my god, the chosen one. You know, oh my god, Star Wars. You know, the mythical stuff. So, yeah, it's hard. Yes. Okay, so let's talk about Marvel a little bit, and then we'll finish up the stream. Nice little Saturday stream for you guys. Hey, are you having fun on this stream on a Saturday? Nice little Saturday stream. Throw one into the chat if you're having fun. And also, I need more likes. How the fuck we only have 250 likes? This is crazy. This is crazy, man. I put on a clean shirt. Okay, I made my hair up a little. You know, we got the camera rolling on a goddamn Saturday for y'all. Okay? Okay, thank you. Hell yeah. Hey, thanks. Appreciate you. Hey, this was nice. Hey, there we go. Some ones. I like that. All right. All right, let's talk a little bit about Spider-Mans. I can't fucking believe this movie. So, big updates, actually, genuine updates with regards to the Spider-Man movie, the villain, a lot of weird stuff that's going on, okay? So, let's get into this here. So, according to John Roca, and then I'll tell you some other stuff that's out there because I think GeekyCast actually might be onto something here. So, Roca says the female villain in Brand New Day is a shapeshifter. Wait, what? A goddamn shapeshifter? Well, hold on now. Now, that might explain, chat, why we've heard so many different characters connected to Sadi Sync, but I don't know that that's the same character. I don't know that the main villain is Sadi Sync. I think Sadi Sync is like a hero. So the villain is a shapeshifter. That's kind of different. A female shapeshifter. What might that mean? Who might that be? It could be Mystique. I mean, that would be quite interesting. I don't know that they're going to do that. That seems kind of crazy. Mystique, maybe. You know, I thought about like Doombots. There's an idea of like the supernatural side of things, right? Maybe it could be a supernatural character that takes different forms. But either way, that's kind of interesting. We'll circle back and we'll talk more about that in a moment. Tombstone and Scorpion are not the main villains. Again, this is according to Roca. And I think that tracks, man. I think that makes sense. Gaia, oh my God. Anybody that says Gaia, get them banned. So that's kind of interesting. Tombstone, Scorpion, not the main villains. That tracks, right? I think the Tombstone guy is perfect casting. I think that's going to be so fun. And I like the guy that's Scorpion too. So it seems like we're getting a lot of flavor of the week villains. You know, maybe even the bar with no name where a ton of villains hang out, ton of Spidey villains, which would be cool. Boomerang is in the movie. Now, this is something Daniel talked about a long time ago, but John is kind of confirming it. Boomerang is in the movie, which is kind of interesting. And then now we got to talk about this one. This one's a little awkward. But you know what? I think it's going to actually hit with some of you. I think it's going to be super relatable to a few of you. So apparently, in the movie, MJ has a new boyfriend. Okay. And apparently the new boyfriend is part of what causes Peter to snap. So Peter, right, who did this spell and everybody forgets who he is. You know, he's just being Spider-Man and, you know, trying to live his life and all that, right? And he's going to see MJ with another man. And it's going to send him. So I do wonder what y'all think of this. I mean, it's kind of crazy. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that for Spider-Man? Yeah, I kind of think, what the fuck? Like, what are we doing here? So Peter's spying on MJ? He's creepy ex-boyfriend Spider-Man's? And she's just living her life? And Peter's gonna snap? Okay. Yeah, this sounds terrible. Sounds fucking terrible, dude. It sounds like a terrible fucking idea. Okay. Now, something else that's kind of interesting, though, that could add into it is we've heard that maybe MIT itself is going to be evil. So maybe there's something more to it, right? Maybe it's not just a, maybe it's not just an evil, or maybe it's, maybe it's not just some other dude, but maybe it's like a demon. You know, maybe it's like a demon. Sounds like, oh no. Yeah, so maybe it's like a demon and that makes Peter snap. But I gotta tell you, man, if Peter Parker, really, Tom Holland Peter Parker, if a big part of the plot revolves around Peter seeing MJ with another guy, and he's gonna get triggered and stuff, and then go dark side because of that. Yeah, he's literally a peeping Tom. It's getting weird, man. You know, they make some weird choices. So peeping Tom Holland gonna take a peek ski at MJ, huh? Shit. Okay, now here's a thought. This just popped into my head. I know it's a little crazy, but what if, guys, it's Punisher? Now, I know that sounds crazy, right? But she's in college, you know? She's in college, you know, a young college gal experimenting. You know what I mean? You know? Punisher's like, you put her in her dorm, I put her down. You know? Something like that. Could get a little crazy. You know, could get a little crazy. And that would of course explain why they have a conflict in the film. Now, here's the next one though. Here's the other one, and this would really fuck with you, right? What if it's Bruce Banner? Okay. I mean, it'd be tough, you know. That'd be tough. That'd be a tough one, especially because we know he's currently hulked out. You know, so maybe Hulk is a professor at MIT. Maybe a little extracurricular activity. Hulk smash! That's all I'm saying. Hulk smash! And if that's what it is, then all of a sudden I think I understand that leading to Peter wanting to snap, you know? Yep. Mm-hmm. So anyway, that's kind of crazy. Those are some rumors out there from John Roca, and make sure you attribute all of that stuff to Roca, including the speculation on my part. And then the next thing here, and I think it's kind of interesting that this is popped up. Let's talk a little bit about Sadi Sync. So a lot of folks have been talking about Sadi Sync's character in ye old Spider-Man Brand New Day, right? And a lot of questions, a lot of teases. Somebody told me that she was the multiverse, which I was like, what the fuck? That's crazy. I thought it could be connected to like the Enigma Force or something like that. So I want to bring this character up here. Now, this is something that Geeky Cast has actually been on, and I think he might be actually onto something here. So this is a character, Shahara? She is like some kind of cosmic entity that is connected to the person that creates the web of life and destiny. So it's all connected to eternity. It's actually connected to Gaia, which sucks a little bit, but that is what it is. And this all had to do with Cryptic HD teased out a panel from comics that he said would explain the Sadi Sync thing. So let me see if I can find this for you. And what he pulled out here, I'll pull this up for you. So this is Cryptic HD here. He said, this is your hint. And he has this from a comic. It says, you've probably noticed that for the past year, more and more of your battles have been with the forces coming from the supernatural side of the street. And that is from this comic here, Amazing Spider-Man in 1963, issue 506. which that's the panel right here. And it refers to the supernatural aspect of Spider-Man's powers, the web of life and destiny, and how the totems are connected to some side of the multiverse, some supernatural side of the multiverse. So that has led people to believe, because this all gets to this character here, and she has something to do with the web of life and destiny. Shathra, I think, is her name. And her mother is Gaia. Her sister created the web of life and destiny. She creates like a false version of that. And so when you think about all that stuff, right, connected to the multiverse, yeah, it's quite interesting. So that's kind of like the new thing here, guys. So I'm interested, man. What do you guys think? What do you think of all of this? What do you think of all of this? Philip says, Josh, Punisher banging Zendaya is worse than She-Hulk and DD. Hell yeah, can't wait to see it. Hell yeah, can't wait to see it. Greg, what's up, buddy? I don't like it. My thing is, it just feels so weird, right? But maybe there's like a streamlined version of it where they're like, okay, so she's the multiverse as it connects to the spider totems, and she's dying because the multiverse is dying or something like that. You know, maybe they make it just super simple. Coffee Chilla says Star Wars is the high school sweetheart that cheated on you and gaslit you to believe it's your fault. That bitch is dead now. Been dead since she cheated. Oh no. Yeah, I kind of feel you on that. It's just too out there for MCU Spider-Man. Well, I understand what you're saying, and it certainly feels that way, but it tracks with the stuff I've heard. You know, it tracks with the multiverse thing. This is weird, right? So something about Sadi's character here is really weird and cosmic and multiversal, so I actually could see this. I could see this being what it is. Yeah, being an excuse to get Gaia back. Yeah, not that Gaia, actually, thank God. But yeah. As long as it's not the MC... Yeah. Thwip. Mm-hmm. Is there a way in which Peter Parker is an anchor being? Sure, I think that's probably still possible. I don't know that that's the way they're going to go, but yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see. I think this is an interesting development, and shout out to the Geeky Cast, who I think did put this together well. I think he did some good work here, and Charles Murphy has kind of soft confirmed, saying that this is something he's heard of. He doesn't confirm it, but he's like, yeah, that would track with some things I've heard. So yeah, it could be her, and maybe we'll get more of an understanding of what that means again soon, but yeah. Yeah. I think it's just that she's dying because the multiverse is dying as well. Yeah, that would be the simple way to do it, right? That would be very simple and easy for the audience to understand. So that's probably what it is. My name is Dome. How does Doctor Strange spell and Spider-Man tie into Doomsday unless Doctor Doom knows who Spider-Man is, right? I believe it will tie into Doomsday because I believe a lot of the characters from the Prime universe have had their memories altered in a very similar way to Peter's memories being altered. And so I think that when that spell was cast, or perhaps there's something to do with like when the spell was cast that then connects to the wider multiverse. But what I think happened was like there was a version of the universe where they were all together. And this happened before the multiversal war. He Who Remains erases everybody's memories and then gets them to think that their reality just always was the way that it was. That's what I think it is, but we'll see. Javier Mendez with a $20 holla says, since the daughter lived on as Moira, or Mari, you think the son did the same as maybe teams up with Abeloth and her power, maybe bring him back, and they offer Anakin Padme back to take over the world between worlds. I mean, look, man, I love where your head is at. That's that high fantasy, like, oh, the Dark Prince has offered this deal kind of. I love that kind of stuff. I think Maury is going to be somewhat involved. I'm not sure that they'll do anything with the other one. We'll see. But as far as Anakin being offered Padme, I don't know. I mean, I heard Padme might be in the show. I guess we're going to have to wait and see. Anyone who wasn't on Earth might not have been affected by the spell. Doesn't the spell affect the entire multiverse? Isn't that the whole reason that they were all coming through? Fair enough. I meant as comics, which is better, not live action. Wait, what? Did I miss something there, brother? Sorry. Tinfoil hat on convo on how much Warner Brothers is spending to marketing Paramount to make it believe it's worth $40 billion. Yeah, they're doing their thing, man. They're doing their thing. They just want that money. You can't really blame them. Josh was on his Penguins with the white tee. Yeah, I guess a little bit. I just having a casual Saturday over here. You know, I thought we were gonna have a nice chill ass Saturday, but no. We have to talk about this with Theory on Monday too, man. Fuck. It's just crazy because, like, I was trying to be optimistic and shit, and he was like, can you tell, like, I've lost hope and all this sort of stuff? And, like, he was right. Like, ultimately, he was right to not really get his hopes up for it. But I wonder if he knew just how bad it was actually going to end up being. This is crazy, dude. When are you getting the damn PS5? I don't know. I missed your super. All right, bud. My bad. Let me see here. Hulk responsible for the death of Peter's parents. I don't know that I believe that one, actually, but yeah. Tylen says, does Nerd Theory have to solely be about Star Wars? What could you could do Warhammer, Marvel, games. Nerd Theory is so fun, and I hope you stay. Yeah, no, we're still gonna stay, man. It's just this just sucks, man. There's just no way around it. And it's like, can we do something more than Star Wars? For sure, but he's Star Wars Theory. That's his name, is Star Wars Theory. You know what I mean? Trust me, we could talk about other stuff. I don't see your super chat, Zach. Can you just put it back into the chat again, buddy? RG says, what if Rey and Finn co-lead the Jedi, with others joining the fold as Rey and Pirates of Summer not lead? When does Hayden fit into it? I don't know that Hayden does fit into it. I mean, that could be interesting, an interesting element of it. I mean, could Finn be a part of it? Sure. But, dude, I can't get over the fact that it feels like this corporate attempt to save the value of that thing. And that doesn't feel organic. It doesn't feel like we're actually rehabilitating the character. You know, the thing about Clone Wars was it was a slow burn, long journey to fix snips. When Ahsoka was first introduced, most of the Star Wars fans hated her, thought she was whiny and crazy. It took years of good storytelling to earn fans falling in love with that character. Okay? So the opposite of doing something like that is doing something where you're like, oh, Rey is now the Jedi leader and we're all just trying to get to Rey and she's the bestest now. Do you know what I mean? Zach, just throw it into the chat. 19 months and I've learned Star Wars is dead. Warhammer is king and KK sucks. Appreciate you, Josh. Thank you, Zach. And thanks for 19 months, brother. Hey, how about a little Saturday stream? A lot of y'all probably work through the week, huh? If you cannot make a lot of streams during the week, but you were able to make today's stream, throw a 1 into the chat. I'm just curious, man. I'm just curious. Y'all have a good time? Eckhart's Ladder says it sounds good. Eck. It's It's Eck, it's Eck, you know, it's it's Hey, looks like a lot of you guys enjoyed the stream. I'm glad, man. No, I love it. I love Eck, man. I think he's a good dude, but I just strongly disagree with him on this. But it is kind of funny. We just have different opinions about some of this stuff. Are you wearing pants right now? Show proof. I would show proof, but I'm hard as a rock right now, and it's a family show. You know what I mean? So I don't want to do that. I don't want to cause any issues out there. What happened to mimosas and breakfast sandwiches? Yeah, I wish that had happened. Christian, I wish we just had mimosas and breakfast sandwiches. Things would be so much more simple. You know, instead what we got? A face full of Ray. Ethan says more weekend and night streams, less Ray. Hell yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. Okay, guys. I think that's going to do it for this nice little Saturday stream here. I think that's going to do it for the nice little Saturday stream. I'm going to go work on Harloff is live. I'm out of here. Okay, sorry. Okay, sorry I can't be as positive as your fucking boy Harloff. Holy. Video tomorrow? Yeah, something like that. Josh keeping V-necks in business. Hell yeah, believe that. Believe that. You know what's a great combo too? Is the turtleneck with the V-neck. You know what I mean? So that you get the turtleneck up here, right? And then you get to come down, and then you get the V. Interesting, Web. That is interesting. Thanks for that. Too bad Divinity Seeker 1 is full of shit. Okay, everybody. Much love, man. I'll see y'all later. Videos, clips, fun stuff happening, and then we'll be back on Nerd Day fucking Monday night. Can't wait. Star Wars, here we go. My God, man. Is this really what the universe is doing to me? I come back to Star Wars. I come back, and this is the shit. This is the shit. This is what we got going on? Incredible. Unbelievable. Is everybody gone? You know who's not gone? Fucking Ray. Is everybody gone? You know who's not gone? Kathleen Kennedy. Did everybody leave, 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 leave? What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. Vora says, Josh, not seen you crash out like this early in a stream like the start of the day for a long time. I've missed it. Ha 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 ha. Much love from your second favorite Brit. Hey, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Let's get the fuck out of here. Let's fucking do something with our lives, you know? Touch some grass, touch some ass. Hell yeah. Open up your third eye. And watch out your stinky butt.